Hello and welcome to the Ramble Road podcast. Today I am joined by Jacob.
Hi.
And Finley.
Yeah.
Okay. We may also be joined by other Joe later, depending on his commitments, but that could also be completely wrong. So if he's not in by the end of the episode, ignore me at this point. So yeah. What should we start with?
Well, I mean, we've been gone 2 weeks. Should we start like where we left off? How was everyone's Christmas?
Didn't we already do this? Sure, we already did this.
No,
This is the
because
first one after the Christmas one, Finley.
yeah, I remember.
It was another day in 2020, and
Yeah,
sadly, based on what's happened like this year, I don't think it's going to be any better.
Yeah. Well, my day was decent. I got a Nintendo Switch and a couple of guitar pedals.
Bro, I want to switch. I want to play
I got-
Animal Crossing.
I don't have Animal Crossing. I want Animal Crossing, though.
No, I don't get Animal Crossing. Why would you want to escape everything? That's the whole point of video games, is to escape to somewhere different and play a game where you just do jobs.
Because it's wholesome.
Have you never played
what I
Animal
want to go
Crossing
do
before?
today is just go and get
It's
some
wholesome
onions.
100, you know. It's got Scoot.
I just don't understand it.
Well, that's your fault.
That's your
To be
problem,
fair,
unfortunately.
don't take any gaming advice from him because he can't game. He bad.
Yeah,
Who,
but
me,
I still give
Jacob?
advice.
Oh,
No.
Jacob. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't really get anything too exciting like you guys.
I
I got
got
some
socks.
wheel trims.
Also, you got a what?
Lovely. I got wheel.
Nice. What did you say you got, Finley?
I got socks.
I got socks as well. Socks are good.
I haven't got any socks. I'm missing
Red.
out.
Oh, that's disappointing. That's sad. I
I
also
was-
got enrolled on the 12 Spirits of Christmas, where I got, as long as I could remember, the previous Saints days and the lyrics of the songs of the 12 Days of Christmas for that day, I would get a free bottle of a spirit or liqueur.
Wait, you have to then do like a quiz as well. That's too much admin for me. I can't be doing that.
Yeah, so I had to memorize
Give me the alcohol.
every single Saints day from the first to the 11th, starting on the first, and so after the first, I got the second. On the second, I had to remember what the first one was, and on the third, I had to remember what the first and second was.
What's the point?
Yeah, but in the end, I got all 12, so I now have 12 bottles of spirits. Just
How was everyone's Boxing Day?
Um,
Because I was bored out of my mind. Literally just laid there, just like I don't know what even to do.
I was suffering from chronic illness.
We went on a phone call with my uncle, whose birthday it was. We went on a dog walk, and I messed around with my new guitar pedals.
I ate too much on Christmas Day as well.
Yeah. There was a lot of food.
I had 8 Yorkshire puddings in total, I think.
Bruh.
Oh,
and
I
also,
wish my
like-
family gave me that many Yorkshire puddings.
And also about like 12 pigs in blankets.
God,
I had pigs in blankets the other day as well.
You're reminding me of my my flat Christmas dinner at uni, where we'd bought. They had like 3 packs of 12 pigs in blankets for something ridiculously cheap, like a £5. So we bought 3 packs, and I was put in charge of cooking them, but I slept in too late. I come out and one guy's putting them on a tray doused in oil. So we cook them in oil, basically.
Oh,
You deep fried fucking pigs in blankets, basically.
Yeah. But I ended up having like 5 or 6 of them. They were very nice.
Oh, basically a while ago just ended up eating a whole tray of them because like we had one and no one else was going to eat them, so I just cooked them and had them for tea one night. And then I died again.
So what did you guys do on the 27th?
Why are we going through
Dog walk.
What even the 27th
Dog walk. Played with my
is literally just a day.
Nintendo Switch. What else did I do? Played with my guitar.
No, Finley, the 27th, we went to work.
Well, you did, I didn't, because I was dead.
Oh yeah, you're lazy, you are.
No, I'm
Just
just
don't
too
die.
powerful for my own good.
Yeah. And on the 28th,
Oh, I can't remember that far, Joe.
Yeah,
fair enough.
remember
moving
that.
on from like our day-to-day analysis of the Christmas period.
Oh no! Say what we can skip to week before. How was everyone's New Year's Eve?
Oh, New
I
Year's.
think I died again.
What did I do? Was New Year's? No, I didn't get that. Oh, yeah, I had a few drinks with some. Well, first I was watching TV with my parents, and then some people from my course were having a get together on Zoom. So I ended up in the room that I'm currently in on a Zoom call with them, drinking and Happy New Yearing them. My parents came in for the Happy New Year and then went off, and yeah.
I just sat alone in bed, stayed up till 12 for some reason. Said just like, oh, it's a new year, great. I went to bed by myself.
I think I was actually in bed at like 8 that night because I was just tired.
At least it wasn't as eventful as the last New Year.
Yeah, let's not talk about that because again, I don't want to.
Shall we? Why not talk about it?
Bro, I'm
Finley?
going to drop kick you.
You're gonna have to get to my house first, which granted isn't that far for you.
He will find a way.
It's not that far, but he's gonna have to break social distancing.
I'm gonna use my new gun knowledge to make a cannon to shoot myself out of. I'm gonna drop kick you through your window. You'll just be sitting there, and then out of nowhere, like in the distance, you'll just hear a
boom,
followed by. As I
just find
like through your roof and drop kick you through your window.
He just finds like a crazy way to end up killing Joe. Joe's not paying attention one day. Finley just gets a needle, just like jabs something into his alcohol, and then Joe drinks it and dies, and no one knows how it happened.
Just give him a glass of nitroglycerin when he's drunk enough and say it's like vodka, and then just punch him. Just,
oh god!
Bold of you to assume that we're going to actually see any of each other this year.
Oh, I'll find a way.
Joe, in November when we're let out of this, we'll come for you.
Yeah, when we're let out of this for a week before lockdown 4.
Speaking of lockdown,
we're
in it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched a video. It was like this guy taking a piss at the whole thing. And he's like, he's pretending to be worried. He's like, what we're going to do is we're going to open the schools for 10 minutes and then we're back into a national lockdown.
Genuine. If they did it a day earlier, right, a literal day earlier, half the people that are stuck in uni now wouldn't be.
Yeah.
You let some people go and they're like, nah.
I mean, my plan was to go on. My plan was to actually go 2 days from now, from when we're recording this. So it wouldn't have affected me, but I know a lot of people who are going back on the 4th.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, so obviously it announced it was full lockdown. A-levels and GCSEs been cancelled again.
Again?
Even though the whole town are like, nah, you're definitely doing it.
Yeah.
They're very good at being completely and utterly useless.
Hear me out on this one, because I've mentioned this to a couple of people and I get different responses from everyone, right? The whole reason these exams have been cancelled, right, is because they say online learning isn't adequate, right?
Yeah.
Then how can they look at our uni courses, which have, well, for me certainly have been 100% online, and go, yeah, that's fine, that's $9,000 a year.
Because university work is supposed to be, at least quite a bit of it's supposed to be self-taught anyway, or supposed to be self-study.
The problem is, though, like, I found this. The uni still expect you to use their resources on campus. which to me is about 70 miles away.
Yeah, that is a slight issue. You see, this is why I'm glad that my uni either has everything online or in their library, which I cannot use at the moment. But yeah.
When it comes to my uni's online thing, it's like, right, here's what I don't get, right? They have a certain limit on how the ebooks, right? So, do you know how if you go to a library and they've got 5 copies of a book, if the 5 are gone, you can't have them. It's like that, but online. If the 5 books are already taken, you can't have it.
I'm sorry. What?
They have like a limited amount of what people are able to access.
Fucking what?
So you have to like online return this ebook just for someone else to use.
That is
it's so stupid.
A level of mismanagement and like just dumbness that is on the level of like most militaries or governments.
We could have a whole conversation about why unis there's everything dumb about universities. Like
that's got to be one of the dumbest things I have heard this month.
Honestly, it's so stupid.
I can't think of anything dumber than that.
Oh, do you know what's great? We still got our exams like this week, and it's like they're like, oh yeah, we know you're gonna cheat, so we're just gonna make it open book, and everyone's like, great.
Oh, mine aren't until mine starts on the 18th.
Oh, how could I forget my favourite bit of uni work I've got to do? So I have to basically do a site study type thing in the city that my uni's in. You see the issue here?
You were there for a week and you're now no longer there.
I was there for a week. I went to the city once. Am I meant to use Google Maps to find out information about this stuff?
Yeah. We got to do a group project, right? And there's someone in someone's group who's still living in China because she hasn't been able to come across to the UK to go to the uni.
Don't get me started on fucking group projects.
Oh, we have our group project. I'm meant to hand it in like next week, and nobody's started their bit. And it's like, oh, we'll do up like tonight, and then no one ever does it. We can't do it because we've got to do it on like bloody Zoom, and nobody. Oh, it is a nightmare.
Right, my group project that I had to do, you had to design a game based around aircraft. We had one person who didn't even message us until the start of the last week that it was due in, at which point we told him we need this doing for the next meeting. If you could do this, that would be great for the next meeting, and you also need to attend the next meeting because so far you've attended exactly 0 meetings on a 6-week thing where we've been having at least 1 meeting every week. Then he sends in this thing where he's literally just made some things bold on this work that we'd already done and doesn't show up to the meeting. And then, like, the day before it's due, he finally says, oh yeah, I'm sorry, is there I've finished it now, is there anything that we can do? At which point we've completely changed the document, added in a shit ton of other stuff and taken out a load of irrelevant information, and we're just all of us are just sat there wanting to throttle the guy.
You can't you can't be there, in 6 feet or 2 meters of them.
Joe, go into my logic and just dump the guy in the shit because it's entirely his fault.
We did.
I mean, it is. It's like when
we did.
What was it, like year 9? We had a group project to do, and it was me, the other Joe, and let's call this person Anthony.
No, Anthony's too normal. It needs to be Anthony. Or Antonio. Okay, Antonio Giuseppe.
No, because Antonio is very close to that person's actual name, so I'm just going to call them Anthony. So basically, we had to do it based around music, right? So mine and Joe's thing, we're going to look at how men are portrayed in music, because a lot of people were doing women, and we thought, wow, we'll do men, we'll do something different, because we're unique and quirky and cool.
Quirky.
So me and Joe are working on this thing, and Anthony there goes, no. You guys aren't listening to me. We're like, well, we sort of are. We're taking in your points, but we're trying to do this, and you're just being a nuisance. So they go off and they do their own thing, but they're still part of our group. So what happens is me and Joe make about this 5 to 6 PowerPoint presentation about how men are portrayed in music, and then we have to tag on that person's Anthony slide onto the end, right?
Yeah.
That's about a completely different topic.
Mood.
So when we had to deliver the PowerPoint, it was like how men are portrayed all the way through, and then just right at the end, it just nosedived into something else.
Yeah, you see, this is why I'm glad that uni thing that I mentioned, that group work thing, it was somewhat self-assessed. So you went through and you basically said how everyone performed in these 3 certain aspects.
So you're just like, this person was shit.
This person did fuck all.
Mood.
Yeah, but like if it was like someone that we know, they would just go, nah, allow it. It was a high score.
Yes, I know exactly who you're on about. Unfortunately.
Yeah, uni is just, it's stupid. It's a scam.
Mm.
There's been another petition to have
There's been loads of
fees
petitions.
lowered again.
The problem is the government can't control what the fees are unless they make it law that the fees are lower. Because what they did was
that because if you run stuff like a business, then it's more efficient. We can see that with the state of 1, the government now, and 2, my favourite example, Nottingham and Chelsea Council, and their incredible work for the Grenfell inquiry. You fucking cunts.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, you basically have to get the uni to do it. The unis to do it because the way that the uni fees actually work is
no. But what they're saying what they're saying to the government is they should pay.
Oh, subsidize our fees.
They should subsidize fees. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they actually do that, then that means that's basically admitting that your uni degree has been lessened in value. So therefore,
it has.
So therefore, employers might take your university degree, no matter what level of it you got, as a lower degree than it actually was, because that was the year that everyone didn't have to pay for it.
No, because it's like we're not getting as good quality as we would normally.
I know.
So but at the end of the day, you're still gonna.
I don't agree
next
with
year if they allow it back open.
Yeah, this argument is what other people have been putting forward as to why they're not doing it. So I'm just giving you their side of the story.
I don't think the price determines how good the degree is, because like you can still pay the same amount of money for a different degree. It doesn't make a degree better than I pay for, is it?
That's only because universities were said, right, you can charge up to this as a maximum, but you're supposed to grade it based on the quality of education you give. But no university wanted to openly admit, yeah, we're not that good of a quality, so we'll give you a discount. So they all just charge the same amount, which is the maximum.
Should be free anyway.
That's like big mood.
I don't think you should have to pay for education, but that's just my opinion. I mean, there are many people who could prove me wrong, but I'm just going to say it.
Proletariat under control. This is a bourgeois scheme.
I'm going to kill everyone.
We're not the Communist Party.
Bring communism back.
Please don't.
It's kind of weird that, like, for Russia, the universities were the breeding grounds of communism, but also, like, only a thing the bourgeois could actually access. It's so dumb.
So, yeah,
I just keep, because I'm in various Facebook groups for my university, because that's how they run quite a few things.
What? You would have thought, Hamid, just one sec. Unis are meant to be this like young person thing. Why is it still on Facebook?
Because that's where all the moderators are.
But it would be really bad if it was on Discord. Think of all the Discord mods.
Oh god, yeah. No, exactly.
No, but could you imagine if it was run by a person
our
who used to be on this podcast?
On Discord. Other stuff's on Discord. But on Facebook,
you guys basically are just ignoring the joke I was trying to make.
Yes, we are.
Imagine if it was done by Paul, it would just be on Reddit. You just have a Reddit for it.
Reddit.com/uni.
but like because they're on Facebook, and like for example, the Freshers one is still there. You just occasionally get a message pop up from the Loughborough Communist Society, the Loughborough Marxist Society, complaining about the current state of the government.
Why are you in the Communist Society, Joe?
I'm not. They're just in the groups.
Yeah, I think it's like I hate talking about politics because I'll end up getting too much into it and trying to fucking lynch someone.
Thing is, I don't like talking about politics because you always end up upsetting someone of a different political view. So I'd rather not expose my political views because I'd rather not have people shouting at me for them.
So moving on.
Moving on from
Should
politics.
we talk more about the
politics? Yes.
Lockdown?
Oh no! We can talk about the actual lockdown because we haven't really done much of that.
Yeah.
Lockdown 3, am I right?
It doesn't help, right, that we had Christmas. I know everyone enjoyed Christmas, but it doesn't help that everyone was just allowed to go out and do what they want. The tier system fundamentally doesn't work because everyone in tier 3 was like, I'm just going to move to tier 2 instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it doesn't help that it snowed.
Why?
Okay, listen. The amount of people I saw going out just because it started snowing was unreal. The amount of people who were on the same sledge as each other, just like hugging each other, like holding on to going down.
Family.
It's like
they're probably family.
No, I know who is related and who isn't related, Joe.
In your local area, fair enough, yeah.
I can tell that those people are not related.
Well, what if they're just
because I know them and I know that they're not related, Finley. We used to go to school with them. They are not related.
Oh, okay.
I've been walking around locally. There's a load of fields near my house, and honestly,
it's because you live in posh person's area. You don't have any.
To be fair, Jacob, he's on about like fields that are near me as well.
Yeah, and honestly,
you live in posh area.
Bro, I am not posh.
No, Philly, you live on the outskirts, which is like just the regular people, and you go past one lane, it's just all the rich people.
Jacob.
We're on a nicer area than we were, but that's because where we were was basically the Smethwick Birmingham of our area.
You were in. What's the more universal way to describe it?
Smethwick Birmingham. If you don't know what Smethwick Birmingham is, you're not cultured, and you should just
you were in the Grimsby of our area.
Well, we need one for our American viewers, so.
America. We were in the America.
New Jersey.
Oh, leave New Jersey alone.
No.
New Jersey produces.
Oh, actually, no. I got this. What is it?
Chicago.
Amtrak. I was in the Amtrak of our area, and although Amtrak is a train, it gives you a sense of yeah.
Oh, what's the state where Detroit? That's it.
Oh, yeah. Detroit, yeah.
Bro, if we ever make a band, we should steal the name Detroit so that Detroit as a city can't have the band name Detroit. So Detroit can't have shit in Detroit.
Shall we start the band then?
Yeah, our band name is now Detroit because we're stealing it from the city.
New song will be out soon.
Yeah.
So, shall we move on?
But the main thing is we're still talking about our band. I think we should never tour ever in Detroit. We go to everywhere except from Detroit.
Detroit isn't even allowed to see the band Detroit.
Unless they go to somewhere else, in which case they can't.
No, we check people's ID and identification to make sure that they're not from Detroit. Also, Jacob, isn't Detroit a city, not a state?
Oh yeah, shit.
Yes.
I said that.
We don't. We're just gonna do it anyway. No, we're gonna change the state. We're gonna make it Detroit.
Anyway, speaking of America.
Speaking of America,
it's imploding
again.
For the 10th time this week.
First time this year, though.
So, if you have been living under several miles of blast-proof concrete to have not heard about this, some Trump supporters, kind of angry at the election results, took Trump on his word, saying you should take back your democracy, and decided to do that, literally, by storming the
removing
Capitol
democracy.
building. By literally breaking into the Capitol building, going into the where was it that they stole that plinth from?
It's
from like the Senate room.
Yeah,
they went into the Senate and
Senate,
stole the
podium.
the speaking podium. Yeah.
My favourite part is some of the like things you could see there though, because someone went as the Joker, and then there's someone holding a flag that just says "When the imposter is sus."
The amount of "Don't tread on me" flags in that you can see in the background of news shots.
Why did they steal that?
Because
it's a cool flag, and now it's fucking basically a Nazi ideal symbol.
Haven't they stolen the word PogChamp?
Oh no, the PogChamp guy was there. That's why Pogs got cancelled.
Oh. Yes. There was a meme that was like the Capitol during the Black Lives Matter protest. There's like loads of guards, and it's like the Capitol today, and it's Paul Blart Mall Cop
running away. Yeah. I mean, they did shoot and kill someone.
Yeah, but like this is America. That's like a daily occurrence.
True.
That's what they do on the weekends. It's like, you know, like some people try and get like 10,000 steps in a day with a Fitbit.
10,000 kills a day.
10,000 rounds a day, emptied in the general direction of something.
Doesn't matter. If it moves, shoot it.
So what? Trains?
Yeah, anything. And then I saw
actually, no, this is America. The trains don't move.
I saw this thing, and it was like, I saw this thing. Right, you listening?
Yeah.
Yes, we are now listening to what you have to say.
Yeah. Go on. Yeah.
There was this thing, right?
Oh, Finley, you want to talk about something else?
Oh yeah. So
right. Do you know what? No. Right. So there was this thing, right, and it said, "No wonder why Nicolas Cage is so easily able to steal the Declaration of Independence." I can't even fucking speak now, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
You've given me a speech impediment.
Good.
You're welcome.
Happy.
Yes, we are. You are welcome. Carry on.
It's not as bad as my speech impediment down the tannoy system at work.
Yeah, that was kind of.
Anyway, you were saying.
I've already said the point, Joe. It's your fault if you didn't listen.
To be fair, I forgot as well.
It's about the Nicolas Cage movie, National Treasure.
Yeah, it was really easy for him to steal the Declaration.
You didn't really make a point. You just kind of went. You kind of like started something.
Yeah, because the point was how easy it was. It's like they've proven that it is quite easy. You could probably do it.
Yeah, but it's half a joke. You've got the punchline, but you've got a build up.
Yeah, it's better than your jokes, Joe, where after you have to solidify that it is a joke.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
No,
we're moving
Joe, to
on.
have this debate. You're getting involved in our politics.
Good. So, moving on.
Moving swiftly on.
I found, real quick tangent here. So, I found a land speed record vehicle called the North American Eagle. I despise the North American Eagle. It is the dumbest vehicle I have ever seen.
It looks like a jet aircraft that's just had its wings chopped off, and
it's an F-104 that they cut the wings off.
Why did they cut?
It literally is. I'm going to find. Right, we will post these pictures on the Twitter later because they genuinely angers me.
Please go follow us.
Yeah. So here is a picture of an F-104. Right. Dumb pointy plane. I don't like them, but it's actually like a plane.
Fast. Very fast, boy.
Here is the North American Eagle.
You cut the front off, but I get the point.
No, that's just a picture. It's literally they have cut the wings and the top of the tail off an F-104 and put steel wheels on it.
Do you know salmon swim at up to 25 miles an hour?
Mood. Do you know that
that might be wrong,
crows can swim at crows can swim at 40 miles an hour.
That's fast.
25 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Finley, you know you're gonna have to tweet these out yourselves because I ain't really doing it. And you're gonna be ruining on my amazing Twitter game that I've been trying to build up, which hasn't been good. Which just consists of me faking that the E-Boys gave us a shout out because I thought that was a funny idea.
Yes, it was a very, very convincing fake there.
It was very convincing. If you want to go and see it, I suggest you head over to road_ramble on Twitter.
Bro, we shill too much.
Speaking of shills,
YouTube.
have you seen our YouTube at Ramble Road Podcast? Where
You see,
bro,
uploading
stop
like,
shilling halfway through the podcast.
No,
You've referenced them twice, Finley. This is nowhere near as much as some other places do.
Finley, this is even better. If you don't want to watch 10-minute highlights, you can watch 1-minute highlights over at our TikTok account.
Why do we have a TikTok?
When did we get a TikTok?
On our TikTok is where we have our most views ever.
Bruh.
Right, I've posted 2 videos on TikTok. I want you to guess, right? So the first one was me doing the E-Boys thing.
Yeah, the other one's me.
No, none of them. Yeah, I want you to guess how many views it's got.
600.
100.
Oh, 523.
Oh, I beat you, Joe. Sorry.
Damn.
And what about
that's more than I expected.
Finley's strange connection to the Top Gear India special? How many views?
Wasn't that like 60?
No, it's got 514.
I'm better than you.
But it has like nearly 70 views on YouTube, which is quite good considering our last video only got 1.
Mood.
So turns out, if anyone's got any celebrities that they know, oh, I can do mine.
We know yours. We've done yours.
Yes, but we haven't made it into a YouTube highlight, and I want to drag it out.
You met Idris Elba in an airport, or you saw
You
him.
ruined my story now. Well, basically, we landed in Croatia. 2017.
Haven't we already done
that?
Yes, we have.
We're it again because the views.
Imagine again. We've already done it. Go watch the other episode if you actually want to know it.
No,
basically, he goes to an airport and Idris Elba says, like, yo. So, yeah.
I go to I step out the airport. We're in the airport collecting the bags.
Do you want to know who I met?
I walked past him.
Sort of?
Huh?
Do you want to know who I met? I met John McGuinness. You've probably
never heard
before. Yeah, exactly.
You're doing the same done this. We have done this.
Stop repeating yourself.
Exactly, Jacob. Stop repeating
things.
It's
going to make an amazing clip because imagine the title: "How I Met Idris Elba."
Again.
Yeah,
nice picture of his face.
Yeah, but you see, we've already done this, so you can use that for the fucking clip.
Yeah, but I can't be bothered to go back and find the episode, get the clip, and then upload it. It's just easier to do it now.
Too bad. Moving on.
Give yourself more views.
Okay, so deploy the cows. Yes or no?
Deploy the cows. Oh, that.
Deploy the cows. Yes or no?
Shitty gifts. Your
It's
gifts are terrible,
gift.
Finley. Right,
yeah,
well, move on to
social bit. What are we?
Should we move on to the? No, we're moving on to my topic. Right, it's my new segment, which is based on all the other segments I've done before. What we watching? What has everyone been watching recently?
I watched My Hero Academia.
How many Adam Sandlers out of 10 would you give it?
7. It's entertaining, but there are bits where there's really weird tonal whiplash.
I watched Zombieland for the first time.
Nice.
Very decent. Always love a comedy zombie film, especially when it ends in a theme park. Solid 7 Adam Sandlers out of 10 as well. I also watched the first season of Cobra Kai. 8 out of 10 Adam Sandlers. If you like The Karate Kid, just watch it. Some of this, it does get a bit ridiculous. Like some of them should be arrested.
Mood.
Yeah,
That's quite funny.
I watched 2 animes. I watched Blue Exorcist again.
I
was partly through rewatching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
No, you can just say JoJo. If you don't know what JoJo is, then you're either living under a rock or you're not gay.
Or you're normal.
Well, you're not gay. Wow. Okay. And then the other thing I've been watching is this thing called Food Wars. Can't remember what the Japanese title for it is.
Don't worry about it. It's weird. I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
It's very weird. It is a very weird show, but it is fucking hilarious at times.
Joe, can you give your ratings?
Okay, Blue
You need to know how many Adam
Exorcist.
Sandlers.
Blue Exorcist, solid 7 Adam Sandlers out of 10. It's a very good, very classic kind of anime. You got some of your tropes in it. You've got like hidden powers and all that sort of bullshit, and vague high schoolish setting. And
That's perfect
then
for you, isn't it?
not really, no. But anyway, the other one, Food
JoJo.
Wars. No, Food Wars. I'm doing Food Wars first. For making logical sense in some of its moments, I'd have to give it a 3. However, for sheer just fucking weirdness and balls to the walls, just
Big
shit
dumb.
that
Big dumb
happens,
energy.
big dumb energy, it's got to
Patent
be at least a
pending.
9 to 10 Adam Sandlers. It's
So big dumb energy, patent pending.
yeah.
Is now one of our like criteria for a good.
Yeah.
In which
JoJo,
case,
I mean, JoJo is just like 10 out of 10 Adam Sandlers for big dumb energy.
yeah, as a whole, JoJo's an enigma, and I love the fact that the creator just like he'll do what he wants. Like, hat in hair, yeah, just do it. The hat just becomes hair, as you do.
Oh yeah, have you seen that? Those things that I sent you on Messenger. Those
I haven't watched them yet.
Oh, part 3, summing up one of the bits. I'm just gonna say, wow, you would not believe the adventure that we just had. It was weirdly sexual. You'll know what bit I'm on about, Finley.
I think that's all of it, though. It's just weird.
No, this is a very specific bit in part 3 in Egypt. Where 3 of them have very.
I know the bit you're on about. I think, yeah.
I started watching The Thick of It. What a show!
I've heard about it. It's supposed to be good.
It basically imagine The Office, but in like, but sort of more political, and it's just basically everyone being an idiot, and Peter Capaldi is running around screaming at people
for being.
It's a nice character trait, though. Like all of his characters.
Brilliant. There's this bit right where the Secretary of State Affairs, I think he is, he's being interviewed by this reporter, and he's like being talked about how he has this like second house that he just doesn't live in, and you just see Peter Capaldi's like running, he's like running down the corridors to find him, and he's just like, "Can I just have a chat with the secretary?" They leave the door open. All you can hear is him just calling him a cunt and just screaming at him. And then the woman goes to the interview like, "Oh, do you want some biscuits or something?" He's like, "Nah, I'm alright." And then the secretary comes back in after this like massive like argument.
Massive bollocking that he's just received.
Massive bollocking, and he just goes, "A slight disagreement." And then he just continue. It's so good.
That would be what politics would be if it wasn't for the fact that we needed a speaker. That's why we have a speaker.
Order!
There's this scene in the first bit where he's like telling this guy he should basically like hand in his resignation. The guy's like, "I don't want to." He's like, "Well, I've written your resignation letter here for you." He's like, oh, thank you. It's a brilliant show.
If you want, like, I'm going to go on a tangent here about genuine dumb sort of law stuff. Right, so back ye old cowboy days, you have like the revolvers. Everyone knows the revolver, but there's also the lever action rifle. The early 1860 ones are called Henrys. The ones after that are Winchesters. The reason they changed is because Henry basically gave the patent to Winchester, who's some like he's basically like the business guy behind the company. And in exchange for building him 5,000 guns, he gets paid the full price. Like Winchester buys them off him. Then Henry decides, no, I want more shares in the company. Takes Winchester to court and is like, I want this company. And Winchester's like, yeah, sure. By the way, we're setting up a new company called Winchester. And you know that patent for that rifle you have? Yeah, it's ours. So sure, have this company that means literally nothing. And that's how Winchester were made.
Interesting.
Do you know my favourite law?
Also, it's lever, not lever. We're not American.
No, they're American guns. It's a lever action.
Look, no, the best law is that it's illegal to hold a salmon suspiciously.
Yeah,
in the UK.
it's illegal to hold salmon in suspicious
In the
circumstances.
Isle of Man, it's legal to shoot a Scotsman if he's approaching you from a beach and he's within 15 feet of it.
Mood.
In the UK, it's illegal to clean a rug outside Buckingham Palace.
In one of the states in America, it is illegal to have ice cream in your back pocket.
It's illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament.
Yeah. In France, it was
You just
illegal
die and
for
then they like
women to wear
arrest you.
trousers.
Where was it that hung a pig once?
You hung a pig.
I know
No,
what you're on about. They
there was a
tried
country
a
that-
pig for murder and hung
and
it.
yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And there was also some woman in France who was accused of something. She was hung. They thought she was dead. They loaded her onto a cart to be sent to a burial ground, and halfway to the burial ground, she just sits up and goes, "What's going on?"
Which?
But because they'd already carried out the sentence, they couldn't do it again, so they just let her go.
Mood.
I would
Right,
not
just
like to be
about-
buried alive.
No, neither would I.
That
The
reminds-
Victorian
if she did another crime, she could do the thing from bloody what's it called? The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, where they've got like a group of people lined up on like ready to be hung, and the guy in the center turns to the guy on the right, who's like really scared. First time, huh?
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
My favourite part about the whole witch trials, if you could have a favourite part, is how they would be like, if you don't drown, then you're a witch. If you drown, you're innocent but dead.
Not a witch.
Have you seen? What's it called? Good Omens.
I haven't.
Yes, I have.
That scene with what's her name, Miss Nuttall, when she blows everyone up because she knew it was
Don't
coming.
remember that bit.
Basically, she knew that her death was coming. They arrive late. She's loaded her skirt with gunpowder and nails. They go to burn her alive, and the gunpowder goes off and kills everyone there.
That show is so weird.
Oh, that show is brilliant.
There was a guy in the witch trials who, like, they thought he was hiding people, so they wanted a confession from him. So they put him under a door and started putting weights on it, and all he would ever say was more weight until he died.
Yes, I know this fella.
Wow.
There's a guy.
Absolute Chad. He was like 70 as well.
Although the last time that someone was executed with a door, it was some lady. I can't remember whether she was accused of witchcraft or not. But Queen Elizabeth saw it and she just went, "Nope, you're not doing that anymore."
Executed with a door?
Yeah, that used to be a method of execution. They put a stone under your back, and they put a door on top of you, and they just keep adding more weight until your back broke and you died, or under your neck or something like that.
I remember when they would hang people upside down and then use a saw and saw them in half.
Yeah,
hung
to
drawn
make them
quarters.
live longer.
Or
Hung drawn
when
Drawn in quarters, they hang you so you almost die. Then they pull you between four horses and then cut you up.
Yeah, and then send those four pieces to the four corners of the city you're on to be displayed.
Yeah, there was also some guy killed some king somewhere who's really popular. So I'm sure they hung him slightly, boiled him slightly, and then I think they just dragged him round from the back of a horse for a week until he just fell apart, basically.
That just reminds me of the bit in Helsing Ultimate where Sarah just drags that Nazi lieutenant's face across a wall. You know what I'm on about, right?
Yeah, that's
a scene.
There's a lot of blood in that show.
Yes,
that makes sense. To be fair,
it is a show about vampires, after all.
Yeah, the other one that has a lot of blood in is God, what's it called? How have I forgotten? Castlevania. That's it.
Yeah,
that's a good show.
Speaking of good omens,
yeah.
There are
anyone else? The new episode of Doctor Who came out.
I haven't seen the new Doctor Who.
That is a very weird segue, but both shows had David Tennant in at some point.
Yeah, you know that Jodie Whittaker's quit, right?
Yes, and all the people they're trying to recast all the fan recast, and I've only seen a couple that I'm like, yeah, I would take the guy from Bond, Q,
Yeah.
or Thingy from Good Omens.
Aziraphale.
Yeah.
Aziraphale. That
Do you know he's
could...
already been in Doctor Who? He played House.
He played House?
House is like a planet.
Oh, I thought you were on about
No,
Hugh
not
Laurie.
House MD.
I love Hugh Laurie. Like, when you hear him sing and when you hear him in that show, he sounds really American. And when he talks, he's the most posh British person I've ever heard.
Wasn't he the bad guy in Paddington 2?
I have no idea.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Yeah,
this podcast could just be titled "Spoiler Alert" for the last half.
Wait, what did Finley say? All I could hear Finley say was singing posh and then he broke up a lot.
No, when Hugh Laurie talks in when he's House or when he sings, he sounds like
Super
American, which I guess he's an actor. He's a very good actor. When he talks, he is the poshest British person I have ever heard.
Mm.
Oh yeah, the episode was good, but I feel like I let my hype go up a bit too much from people who were saying David Tennant was on the set, and I was like waiting for David Tennant to show up in the end, and it turns out the big announcement was John Bishop is joining the cast. Who the fuck needs John Bishop?
Mood.
Isn't he a comedian?
Hugh Laurie
he's not a very good one.
Dalmatians.
Also, there's a lot of people saying David Tennant should just play the Doctor again somehow. Like the 14th Doctor is just Tennant again.
Well, to be fair, they were teasing that that Tom Baker is a Doctor later down the line. Again,
well, he is, but
they're never going to be able to do that.
That should be the end of the show.
The curator, yeah.
That's like the end. That's in going to be millions of years in his future. But I always feel sorry for Tennant's Doctor because, even Eccleston's Doctor, because Eccleston's Doctor technically was only actually alive for a year.
Mood.
Because in his first episode, he's only just regenerated because he looks at himself in the mirror and he's like, oh. So he's clearly seen it the first time. So he actually only lives as a year as him. And when he's Tennant, he lives for 5 years. So when Tennant's there going, I don't want to go, it makes more sense. It's when you get to Matt, who then starts off as 906 or something.
Yeah.
And then by the end, at the end of season 6, he's 1,100 odd. And then he lived 300 plus years on Trenzalore.
Yeah.
And then Capaldi was alive for a couple of years. Then he was in the confession dial for 4.6 billion years.
Yeah.
And then he was a professor for 70.
Good God.
He just did a good job as a professor.
Yeah.
Mood.
And then there's Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, who just
exists.
She just exists. We have no idea how long she's been there.
And just fucks up every established timeline and everything ever.
Yeah, breaks the timeline. What else
Introduces a second TARDIS, which is nicer than hers, and then proceeds to make it implode on itself. They have an actual TARDIS now that has a working chameleon arch, so it can disguise itself, so it becomes a tree.
Mood.
And it also becomes a house. It just becomes an actual house.
Huh.
House is.
I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10.
I've heard a lot worse stuff about it, so
yeah, it was better than season 12 and season 11. It was the best episode she's had, but that's not very hard.
That's not saying much.
That's it's like getting a D grade when you get an evil, yeah.
It's the best shit, but it's still shit.
It's the best she's done, but It's the best she's done.
What I say they do is just have her regenerate back into Capaldi, and we'll just go from there.
Just bring back Capaldi, you know.
Bring
Capaldi
back.
was great,
I want an angry rock granddad doctor. That's what I need.
I mean, who? Keith Richards.
No, Capaldi.
Oh my god. That is the worst idea I've ever had.
What rock star, what musician would be? Imagine if they casted Ed Sheeran. I think I would kill myself.
Would you say would you say they have to be English?
They have to be English. You can't
British,
ever have an American in it.
Because I mean, Tennant's Scottish, Capaldi's Scottish.
My favourite thing about Tennant being Scottish is when the episode where he is based in Scotland, he isn't allowed to. He doesn't use his real accent. He does an impression of a British person doing a Scottish accent. He doesn't speak in his natural voice in that episode. It's brilliant.
Why?
That's how good of an actor he is. He does an accent of a person pretending to do an accent.
So what he's doing is he's doing an accent.
He's doing an accent
rather than just speaking.
Yeah, but he's doing an accent of a British person, of an English person doing an accent.
Yes, he's doing an accent. Him talking is just him talking.
He's putting on an accent that is another accent.
He's putting on a fake Scottish accent.
Do you know what I think would? Do you know what I think would be an amazing Doctor?
Richard Ayoade. Well,
what's
his last name?
Ayoade.
Yeah, him.
He might be. He'd be an interesting.
Who is that? Who is that?
He's Richard in the Crystal Maid at some point.
Who?
He's Travel Man. Ayoade.
Oh, yes, it's from the IT crowd. Yes, he was.
From the IT.
I think they should cast Liam Gallagher as it. Could you imagine? He just steps out the TARDIS, does the middle fingers up, he's off again. They're like, "Oh, please help us." He's like, "Oh." Just have him never help anyone. Goes around just smacking people. This would be brilliant. Just the Doctor walking around in a park and just drinking cans.
Mood.
Would certainly be an interesting.
Yeah, I think
it would be an interesting.
I think the best ones they can go for is Michael Sheen. Is that how you say his name? You know, as Azazel, whatever you call it. The guy from the IT crowd, or Q from Bond. I've seen people saying Idris Elba, but Idris Elba will never play it.
He's too suave.
You're not gonna get any big Hollywood people playing it because they don't have the time.
Yeah. And also, he is too suave to play a character like Doctor Who.
No, but so was Tennant though. You know, see how when he puts his bow tie on. Oh.
That's Matt Smith that puts the bow tie on.
No. Tennant wears bow ties. I'm 100% sure.
Who's the
one?
Let me
have a look.
Fez?
That's Smith.
All I remember is him just like, I got a fez.
And then he throws it through a portal.
Really?
Yeah, look,
and takes it back off Tennant, going, my fez.
And then the War Doctor ends up with it. Tennant has wore bow ties. He wore it in the Christmas special.
Oh,
in Voyage of the Damned. He also wears it in the Lazarus Experiment. I'm sending it now.
Well,
you know, wore a bow tie.
The Titanic one makes sense. Oh, yeah.
Because he said something always bad happens where he wears his suit. I also love how he still has the Converse.
Of course, it's just part of his look. Also, actually, no, that's you need a space between the bow and the tie, but yeah.
Look, do we have to talk about my spelling? Oh my God.
No, we do not, because we do not have enough time to talk about people spelling here, because some people's spelling here is atrocious, and we've delved into that topic several times.
Oh man. Can we just get some
God, I sound really grumpy today.
Please? Yes, we can we just get as many views as we can? Just please.
Yeah, I will try not to be as grouchy.
This one, I think, has kind of fallen apart a bit, hasn't it?
It started off strong.
Though to be fair, that's what we normally like.
No,
I'll
we're
tell
not
you
normally like that. Have you not been present for the last few introductions that we've done?
No, the podcasts go the same way each time. They start off ropey. We have a weird conversation to begin with. Then it kicks into the main stuff. Then it gets into the funniest section. Then it gets to the end sort of rambles, and it just drops.
We just dip.
Yeah,
Where are we now on that scale?
Well, I am partway through my
We're
glass
in a
of brandy
different
at
bit.
this point, so
But
I am.
no, we're getting to the bit where I
Still
just create
fine.
another segment that I think which we're going to do for a week.
Don't we have another segment to do?
I don't know, but I've just thought of one for you, Finley.
What?
You come here each week with either a piece of news or a fact about Detroit.
What? Okay.
For
Detroit
time.
fact number 1. I don't know anything about Detroit.
It used to be the car capital, didn't it? Or was that Chicago?
I have
No, it's
no
Detroit.
idea.
Do you know?
No, it is
Do you know
Detroit.
Detroit? Detroit has a urban legend about a little red devil that they hold a celebration to ward it off, because they believe that it was the devil's the red devil. What's I think it's called the something rouge.
Well, the devil
it's
went
in
down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal.
Bruh, so it's just French then. I'm
Detroit
guessing.
Little Devil.
Petit Rouge?
No, the Nain Rouge. The Nain Rouge. The Nain Rouge, French for Red Dwarf. Also,
how are you
Demon of
pronouncing
Fright.
that? No, how are you spelling that?
Nain. Nain.
Nain. Nen. Yeah, Nen.
Is a legendary creature of Detroit, Michigan area whose appearance is said to bring misfortune. So yeah, they hold a celebration to ward it off. That's the only thing I know about Detroit. As well as literally 90% of musicians are from there.
And it used to be a car place.
Yeah.
And
has
you
anything
can't
actually
have
good
porches.
came out of New Jersey?
The
only good thing that came out of New Jersey is My Chemical Romance.
Captain America originally, or is that just the? I can't remember. Something to do with New Jersey.
Imagine being born in New Jersey.
No, he wasn't born in New Jersey. He was just made. The experiment that turned him into Captain America was in New Jersey.
No, I'm just on about as in general. Imagine being born in New Jersey.
New Jersey is like
New
Jersey is like the Stoke of
yeah,
America.
It's like the bit that no one really cares about.
The North.
It's just so mediocre
it's so Tory.
that it's not even interesting.
The North. I'm rich and I hate the North.
According to a lot of people that go to my uni, I am from the North.
No, you're not. The North.
I know!
There is actually
Joe,
North.
You definitely sound Northern. You definitely sound Northern.
No, you know what the North is?
Northern.
Right. So after Hadrian came to
Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah, England. He built this giant, huge monolithic wall to keep out the fucking Caledonians. And it was very great. And then Commodus just kind of cut the top off it. This is all bullshit. I'm making this up, but it's fan canon for an empire a couple thousand years old.
If people want to know where we live, me and Finley are from Cambridge, and Joe's from Oxfordshire.
No, you're from Cambridge. I'm from God City, the Vatican.
The Vatican.
And Joe is definitely from Oxford. Do you know what Joe always says to me? He always says Nottingham is the North.
No, actually, you're from Cambridge, Joe's from Oxford, and I'm from the homeland of the greatest of leaders, Maine.
Maine, what a place. Maine was just born into existence to create balance.
Providence, Rhode Island, the home of H.P. Lovecraft and his cat that I won't say the name of. And you should definitely not Google it.
Maine is great because Maine brings balance to America. Maine is like the Jedi. It's to this day.
It brought balance, not very well, but it brought balance.
It did.
State that
Temporarily.
literally exists just so that there was like a stalemate.
Yes.
I remember
yes.
just writing as many times as I could, and then Maine came into existence in my history book.
I think Maine is the only state that I kind of remember a decent bit about because it doesn't have a lot to like actually.
The only thing Maine has going for it is Stephen King.
Yeah, wasn't it like 18?
Every single Stephen King book is set in Maine.
Yeah, in Cruising Pristine, which is weird because the car's a fucking Plymouth Fury.
Yeah, he's not going to set it in Plymouth, is he?
No, it's weird because it's not like a Cadillac or something. It's a Plymouth.
What's a Plymouth?
It's a type of car.
Well, anyway, this has gone on for an hour.
Yeah,
And?
ding dong, we are all wrong. We're like 90% moron.
Mm.
And 20% British.
Doesn't that
Are we
improve the
British?
correctness of us, though? Being
What?
British? I don't know. No, just
Oh,
ignore
actually,
it.
yeah, no, yeah, I'm from Maine. The other two are British.
Yes, as you can tell by his heavily Americanized accent.
Yeah, my heavily American accent. I am from. No, actually, I've decided.
Alabama.
I'm from Vladivostok, as you can tell by my incredibly thick Russian.
Russian accent. Vladivostok,
Shall
the
we
place
end?
with guns. Yes, we shall end.
Vladivostok, the place where Russian battleships still kind of exist.
Right.
Kind of.
Time to end.